Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be showing you some common mistakes that beginners make, how to avoid them, as well as how to maintain a flawless look all day long. I will be talking you through this, so without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing I like to do is wipe off my face with a facial wipe. Then I like to prime my face. So I'm going to be using the Prep Plus Primer. This kind of just helps close all the pores on my skin, and it just allows for a long wear boost all day long. I also like to use the Absolute New York Fresh Prep Spray, ladies. This gives your makeup a very smooth finishing, especially if you struggle with oily skin. This is your solution. So now I'm going to be carving my brows or drawing my brows with the Gold Brow Stick. Right now I'm just brushing it up just to get it all ready before I start tracing lines. This usually takes me a lot of time, I would say, but just because I like to see it like really perfect. It's hard doing this facing like the camera while struggling to look in the mirror, but I did try to actually show you guys the best way I could. I just hope you're able to follow it step by step. I know it's quite a lot for someone who's just starting off, but I guess with a lot of practice, like, you definitely get there. Anyways, when starting off, just make sure you're drawing the lines first before actually making the thickness visible. So if you watch the way I'm doing it, you would see that I'm starting from the very top and bringing it down. So that's the way it's normally supposed to be. It's not supposed to be all straight. Usually supposed to be this way. That way when you highlight, it is super visible and looks pretty natural. So now it is time to highlight my brows. So I'm going to be using the LA Girl Pro Concealer, and I would be tracing the line just from the very tip to the very end. This brush, because I love it, but you actually do need a flatter brush, one that is like super flat and just kind of lays everything down perfectly. I've been using this for a while, so it kind of gives me the exact result that I want. I do like it, but you can always get a flatter brush. That way it's easier for you and it gets the job done. So we're going to go ahead and apply our eyeshadow. In order to achieve a very nice, smooth, and pretty bright color, we're going to be making sure we're using our LA Girl Pro Concealer. What this does is it literally helps, kind of lets your eyeshadow sit properly and very visible. I actually love to use the LA Girl Pro because it's not like super out there. It just is mild, and whatever color you're going to use on it, it just kind of helps, bring it out even more beautiful. So for my every now and again makeup look, I usually like to go for the orange. I do a little bit of green as well as a very dark brown. I do not like to go for black just because I don't know who actually does black anymore these days, but brown or like dark brown just actually helps especially when you put on your eyelashes. There's something it does. It kind of just gives it a very nice finishing. I just love it. It's not too in your face, and it's just really very mild. So yeah, that is pretty much my go-to. If you have colors that you actually like, it'd be nice to start off with that. As you can see, I'm actually showing you what not to do. So just make sure you're not brushing off your eyeshadows, in a very a forward, backward kind of position. Make sure you're kind of blending it, like using the brush and kind of, brushing down into it, just like I'm showing you guys. Yeah, because that's actually the proper way to do it. I'm going to be using my hands to blend out this particular lemon green, just because doing it with the brush doesn't really give me the satisfaction that I like. So I usually like to go with my hands, because even if I used my brush, I would still always, touch it up with my hands. So yeah, so that's actually the reason I'm using my hands for this. If you're not comfortable with doing that, you can always use your brush. You would still get pretty much the same exact look. So now it's lashes time. I know a lot of girls struggle with how to actually apply an eyelash. It is pretty simple. I think like ever since I started doing makeup, at first it used to be really hard, but over time it just became like really simple when I kind of mastered the technique of laying it down properly. And the secret to this is making sure that your glue dries up properly. You cannot apply lashes with the glue on dry. It's just going to mess everything up. It's going to mess your eyeliner. It's going to mess pretty much everything. So you got to make sure that your glue is dry. And how to know that it is by kind of touching it a little bit with your fingers. And once it gives you that pretty drawy, gluey kind of feel, that's the way to know that it's dry. And only when it looks like that, you can actually apply the lashes on. If it's not dry, it is going to mess up your makeup. You're not going to like the finished look. So you got to make sure that it's properly dry and that you're applying it from the top, or should I say from the tip of your eyelash. And you're kind of using your tweezer to kind of just lay it down properly. Pretty sure if you allow it to dry, you will never, ever complain about how to put on your lashes. It would literally take you 5 seconds and you're like, good. Like you're done. You're ready to go. Now it's foundation time. I'm going to be using the MAKIAGE foundation as well as the classic makeup. I usually blend both just because it gives me the perfect color that matches my skin tone. I love both. I'm sure you're going to see the finished look and how natural it actually looks on my skin. I love both products, especially the classic, because I've been using this for a while and I honestly cannot complain about the product. Also, I will be using the Orange LA Girl Pro concealer. I usually use this underneath my eyes just to cover up the dark circles. Yeah, this really does help just to close up like the dark circles. Also, I would be spraying my face. It's very important you do this. This really allows your makeup sit properly. You need to set your face, not just when you're on with your makeup. You actually need to set your face while you apply the powder to your face. This is really nice and it gives you like a long lasting wear throughout the day. So I honestly love to do all three, set everything in motion. Next, we're going to be highlighting a cheekbone as well as contouring our nose and, just going from there. I'm still using the LA Girl Pro to actually highlight my cheekbone. I'm going to be using a brighter shade, which is what I'm actually using right now. And I'm also going to be using a darker shade. And after I'm done that, I'm going to be tracing lines, obviously, on my nose and creating kind of like a contour highlight line, just so when I trace it with my Fenty Beauty contouring kit. It's pretty nice, clean, and very visible. Ladies, please make sure when you are doing your blend, you are using 2 different brushes. You cannot use the brighter shade brush to blend out the darker shade brush. You have to have 2 kind of brushes, one to actually highlight your cheekbone with the darker shade, which is more or less like your natural color, and the other one just to brighten it out. Because if you're gonna mix up both, you're gonna end up having a weird color match on your face. So you want to make sure that you have 2 different brushes that you would be using, or 2 different tea blender, for you to achieve a very flawless look and a very flawless highlight as well. Ladies, setting your face is very important, so we're going to be making sure that we use the right setting powder that matches our skin tone. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filler it's a Pro Filler setting powder. I love this. It is called Cashew. This is my exact skin tone. It just leaves everything flawless. I absolutely love the product, and I honestly have no issues at all. I also like to blend it in with a little bit of MAC. This is the foundation plus powder, and it finishes up my look pretty much. quick tip when applying your blush. You need to make sure that you are smiling, and you need to start from the cheekbone or the cheek part, and you go all the way up. Make sure that you're not just doing it just on your cheek and just leaving it there to sit, that you're starting from there and then you're going all the way up. Now we're going to touch on the lip, because this is very important. I see people have their pencils drawn, obviously traced line from the top to the bottom, and they kind of just wear their lip on, like their lipstick on, without blending it. You shouldn't ever do that. Like, you should always make sure you blend it. This is 2022, ladies. We want to make sure that we're doing it right. So when you draw out or you trace the line on your lips, you need to make sure you're using the bottom of your brush to blend out the pencil, just so it looks really natural. Don't just apply your pencil and leave it there while you apply your lipstick. You need to use the underneath part of your brush to blend it out. That way, you have the perfect lip, that which looks like you have just had a Botox done, and you obviously did not, but it looks pretty much perfect, full, and very, very, very attractive. Now I'm going to let you watch the rest part of the video while I contour my nose and highlight my cheekbone. This step is pretty much just showing you how to do the contour on your nose and how to actually highlight or contour your cheekbones. It's pretty straightforward. And I guess after you're done this, you're pretty much ready to go. You just apply a little bit of gloss on your lip, and that's it. Well, there you have it, guys, all done. This is a long-lasting look that pretty much sits throughout the entire day, and I obviously love the flawless look, and I hope you're able to recreate this. I actually got this requested by one of my subscribers, so I hope you were able to pick a few tips and tricks from this tutorial. I actually loved filming it, so yeah. Till I see you guys in my next video, please do make sure you subscribe if you're yet to subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy the content, and make sure to share and comment. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Stay safe and bye for now.